Thank you! Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Adam Martin has just boarded the plane.
Thank you! Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Dext has just boarded the plane.
Thank you! Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Alejandro Muñiz has just boarded the plane.
Thank you! Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Blazer Clark has just boarded the plane.
Thank you! Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Great King Rat has just boarded the plane.
Thank you! Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Daniel Cox has just boarded the plane.
Right. I think I'm all set up. Ready to rock and roll. Yep. Let's do it. I'm an eager beaver today. Eager beaver. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fighting Fantasy Fun Adventure Day. It's Sunday. That means it's Fighting Fantasy Day. Every other Sunday, that is. Welcome in. Today we're doing Shadow of the Giants from Ian Livingstone. A return to form for Fighting Fantasy after years of, having computerized artwork. They went back to line drawings, I believe, with this one. Let me just double check. But I say that, and I reckon, yeah, line drawings. Back in with line drawings. This, obviously, Ian Livingstone did this one, and it was released at the same time with a Steve Jackson one, which we're going to do next time. The artwork is done by... Who was it? It's got a nice map inside. Look at that. Oh, yeah. The artwork was done by Mike McCarthy. And the map was Rhian McGee. So, yeah. I think we've only played this one a few times. Only played it a couple of times. It's, from what I remember, it returns to Warlock Mountain, if I remember it correctly. It's a good book. It's, Ian Livingstone, so challenging at best. So, and you get potions as well. There's also nice pictures of the Scholastic books there at the back. But also, I imagine you're going to get, like, the usual meals and shit like that. If you want to buy this on eBay, it's about a tenner to purchase. Which, I paid $7.99 for my copy. I got it the day it was released. So, it looks like it's increased in value a little bit. So, yeah. What do we got here? Does it say we get anything? Drinking. Okay, here we go. So, yeah. We have 10 meals. They only give us 10 today. So, 10 meals. And the meals are sponsored by Ginger Nuts. The tough biscuit. And it doesn't look like there's any other special things here. So, obviously, we'll roll for our character in a bit. We'll decide which potion to take first before we roll for our character who is above there. And then we'll get going. Voice is a little bit croaky today. I woke up at like 2:30 to go to the toilet, which, usually waking up between 2 and 3 to go to the toilet. But for some reason, I couldn't go back to sleep. My mind was buzzing, racing, like just could not get back to sleep. So, I don't know what it was. So, by about 3:45, after tossing and turning, I thought, well, I'll just get up because I'm wide awake. So, I've had my coffee. I was watching a TV series this morning, 5 episodes. Finished that before like 9 o'clock. So, yeah, all ready to go. So, I don't know. Usually there's people in the chat by now, but I don't know what's going on. It has been posted in Discord. Like, they are aware. So, man. Oh, hey, here we go. Yellow's here. Hello, Yellow. How's it going? Mate, it looks like it's just you and me, mate. Like, it's a sunny day outside, as you can see. It's very bright. People are probably enjoying the sunshine. In the UK, at least. I mean, in Australia, it's becoming winter now. So surely they'll be wrapped up indoors. I don't know, mate. I don't know. Where is everyone? I have no idea. I think, to be honest, I think what it is the fact that OBS has now, like, since an update from the past, it doesn't allow me to schedule a stream where in the past I can create a stream, schedule it for YouTube, and then put that scheduled link everywhere so everybody knows about it 2 weeks ahead of schedule. Since an update, every time I do that scheduled thing, it crashes OBS, or like it doesn't actually connect with YouTube anymore. It's like OBS just goes, sorry, I can't handle this shit, and then clocks out. So I'm not, like, you know, able to schedule these streams anymore. I have to create the stream literally 10 minutes before we go live, and that's when it posts in the Discord. Obviously, I do say on the stream, we're back in 2 weeks. So like you just said, usual people will know. I mean, I don't know, man. Your guess is as good as mine, bud. So, but yeah. So this is a VIP experience, mate, for you. So yeah. Oh man. So what have you been up to lately since the last stream, Yellow? What have you been up to? I've been doing a lot of like music and preparing for videos in the future, like. So you've been working? Do you know what? I've been working too. How funny is that? But also, my manager came, like, in the group chat we have for work. One of my managers said, "Hey, does anybody want any time off? Does anybody want, like, extra holidays? Because we've got loads going." And so I contacted and said, "Yeah, I'll have a couple, you know, next week." But then never came back to me. So I contacted the other manager, and she said, I don't know why the other manager said that, because we're understaffed. But let me have a look. Let me get back to you. And so they came back to me and said, yeah, you can have, like, next Wednesday and Saturday off if you want. I'm like, Saturday's like a really busy day. Why are you giving me off? This is all paid. I'm going to be paid to stay at home. You know? So Jeff's in the house. Here he is. Right? So yeah, so basically I've got Monday is my final shift until the 9th of May. And then, like, you know, so from Monday, from tomorrow until the 9th of May, man, I'm chilling. I've got time off, and I'm paid. So, you know what I'm saying? You actually read this one, Jeff? Ooh, inside knowledge. Inside knowledge. What do you think of the cover? There is a limited edition hardback cover as well. That's like, that goes for like 200 quid on eBay. It's the 40th anniversary. This is the 40 years of Fighting Fantasy. How old do we feel when we say that? So Fighting Fantasy started, I mean, this was actually like 2021 or something. So, yeah. This was like, what, 5 years ago? So we're in the 45th anniversary now. So Fighting Fantasy was like 3 years after I was born. That's mad. You love the cover. Nice break from work. Yeah, have a break from work. Have a Kit Kat. Yeah. I got ginger nuts myself. That's what we'll be eating. We've got 10 meals, by the way. And we need to decide, are we big dice or are we little dice? Also, there's a poll coming your way. Let me set it up. Kind of should have done this before, I guess. It's the old it's the old potion select. What potion do you want, guys? Ian's going to give us a bit of juice to help us get through this book. So, place your bets for what potion do you want? Do you want the potion of skill, which will replenish your skill points if they fail. You can have the potion of stamina, which will top up your stamina right back up to the top once you suckle its lovely warm juices. Or you can have the potion of luck, which restores your luck points to their initial level, but doesn't let you add one. It just puts your luck points to its initial level. That's a change. Usually it says, and you can add one. But no, not this one. Ian's getting a bit tricky. Ian's getting a little bit like, yeah. You can have your luck back, but that's it, guys. So that's that. This book, oh, 2022 it came out, actually. It says in here. 2022. Yeah, good luck with that, mate. It's harsh, isn't it? Yeah. Ian's a little bit of a, you know, a Hitler when it comes to these books. He likes to really punish you. He likes to really test you, is what it is. He likes to properly put you through your paces, you know? But the artwork is back to the line drawings, guys. Look at that. We got actual line drawing artwork, which is pretty cool. I mean, look at that picture there. Hello, how you doing? Yeah. So that's all right, isn't it? Right, let's see what the people say. And the poll, and the results are in. It's gonna be luck, I bet. There we go. Everybody says potion of luck. Okay. We got a potion of luck, and we're the big dice today. Big boys. So we're gonna roll for our character in a sec. Oh, we're Spellsinger. We got Rhymester. We got Leo M. Like, they're all, you know, AWOL today. What's going on? Oh, hang on. That's everybody in Australia. Maybe everyone in Australia is wiped out. Maybe, like, the end of the world is here. And Australia gets the news first. So that's why the Australians haven't shown up. Guys, we might not make it to the end of the stream because the world ends. Let alone our character. You know, the Thundercrotch Soul Puncher. The other guys are out enjoying springtime. Well, no, because in Australia it's autumn. They're moving into winter time. It's not springtime in Australia. You know, they've had their summer and their spring. They're moving into autumn now, aren't they? So it's getting colder. So yeah, it's been nice knowing you guys. Like, so right, let's see what skill we get. Yeah, what kind of skill can we expect? 4. So that's a skill of 10. Not bad. Good start. So that's all right, isn't it? It's beautiful here in Korea. You from Korea, Jeff? I didn't know that. Or maybe I did and I just forgot. Nice. So hang on, you're kind of down there, aren't you? Hey, uh-oh, YouTube's not receiving enough video now. Dropping frames. Oh, internet's going. Sayonara, internet. End of the world has started, guys. It's Buffer City. Internet's shat itself. Uh-oh. It's coming back. It's coming back. I don't know, man. The internet keeps dying. Like, it goes down to 0. We were doing fine. Literally doing fine until just now. And then it went, bye. It's really low. I mean, it's sending out like 19 megabits. So that's enough internet for YouTube. But it's dropping frames like a madman. 4.5% dropped frames. It's just over 4,000 frames have been dropped so far within like a minute. It's mental. It's like not even recovering. Guys, this might be a no-go today. Like, literally nothing wrong with the internet, by the way. I'll do an internet speed test. There is nothing wrong, but I don't know why. Anybody using the internet, get off, man. Right, running a speed test. So, download rate is struggling to make 50 megabits, 55 megabits per second on the download. The upload, which is the important one for us, is about... Oh, God, man. It's really struggling to even make 12. 11. So... Damn. That's the first sign of the apocalypse. The internet goes. Dudes, that's it, man. We're screwed. We are. Internet's gone. That's it. It's bloody Judgment Day, guys. Better roll the dice for our stamina quick, man. 8. 8, that's 20 even. We got 10 skill and 20 stamina. Which is no good if, you know, the end of the world. Whoa, that's a spike of internet, and then it just went down again. Can you guys hear me? Am I frozen, or... Hey, Alps, how's it going? Am I, like, do you know what I mean? Are you guys able to understand me and all that shit? Is it, like, normal for you? Or is it, like, max headroom, stuttery, and all that shit? Oh, it's gone to 0 now. What the hell is going on? There's no internet. Who makes the decisions? There's no internet, man. Bloody no game, is there? Like, I don't know what's going on. Internet is breaking badly. Breaking bad, man. Right, let's see what our luck is. Luck is 12. Fucking have some of that on the internet, please. Fucking hell, man. We've got a great character today. And the fucking internet shat itself. You can hear me. Oh, well, that's good. If a tree falls in the wood and no one is there to hear it, does it fall? Well, you know, if no one's using the internet, does the internet really exist? Same principle. I mean, we're trying to use the internet, and it still doesn't exist, it looks like. I have stopped anything in this room that will use the internet. So I don't know why. It seems, it's obviously, it's the IP provider. I've got a shit IP provider. PlusNet is who we are, like, in this, you know, household here. It's, like, this property doesn't get fiber, you know what I mean? We're on the dial-up. We're on the wind-up internet here. The crank-up internet. You know, do you remember the dial-up? Like a fax machine. That's what it's like here. On the basic phone line connection. And BT were sniffing around the other day, going, oh, we might be able to bring fiber. I'm like, yes, please. Please. I'm begging you. But nothing's happened, so I don't know. It seems like all the services are shitting themselves because Amazon is turned into a total con job, by the way. Does anybody order through Amazon, right? I was looking through my Amazon orders. My very first Amazon order was way back in 2011, right? In fact, it was a Titanic book. The very first thing I ordered was a Titanic book. Anatomy of the Titanic it was. And that was in 2011. I've been a Amazon customer for 15 years. Like, that is mad. And recently, I'm never buying again off Amazon, by the way. They are a total con job. So back in 2011, I had Prime, which gave you Video Prime as well. Like, you had watch all the TV shows and shit because you had the Prime subscription, $7.99 a month. You know what I mean? So you got next day delivery on whatever shit you buy off Amazon, and I bought a lot of shit. And so it was worth paying that extra £8 to get it the next day, as well as access to their... Then they separated it. Then they said, well, if you want the video stuff, you're going to have to pay for that separately. Okay, not a problem, but still, it's worth having. Until I woke up and realized streaming's a con. And then I mean, it's a good thing as well, because then they started bringing adverts in. Do you want to pay an extra $5 to get rid of those adverts? It's like, mate, I didn't sign up for this contract without, you know, fuck off, you know. But then Prime, like, even that started turning into dog shit, where it wasn't next day. It was like 3 days later. And it's like, why am I paying a Prime subscription to get next day delivery and it doesn't come next day? So I cancelled my Prime subscription, right? And was still buying off Amazon, and they were arriving sometimes the next day. And I'm like, Prime is such a con, because if you buy something that would have been Prime, it will still arrive the next day. I'm like, what? £100 a year you pay with Amazon Prime? Mate, you're just giving them £100 a year for nothing. Like, seriously, no difference in postage. Then last year, I ordered these big shelves here, and it was such a nightmare because they'd sent me out the wrong ones first. I was in message communicado with the seller constantly. Then they were going to... I was like, I don't want these ones. They're the wrong ones. Don't send them me. Send them back. And then it was just such a nightmare. Eventually, they arrived, right? And then about a week and a half ago... I need more shelves in here, you know. As you can see, it's a shithole. So I ordered some more shelves. I mean, it's going to turn out that I'm going to get them for free, because so far Amazon have given me £50 in compensation, because they said, oh, they're going to arrive last Wednesday, and they never did. So Amazon gave me like £22 to spend. And then they said, oh, you just have to wait and they'll arrive whenever. So I contacted them, you know, in the early hours of this morning when I was wide awake. And I was like, where am I? It still says it hasn't even dispatched yet. It's still saying shipping delayed. What the hell's going on? Am I waiting forever? Have they just took my money and run? Because, did you know this? But Amazon are getting rid of the messaging system with the seller. You can't message the seller anymore. Like, they're scrapping that whole communication system. You only now can message Amazon, and initially it's AI driven, which is basically a glorified Google search, you know. And eventually, if you know you persist, you will get through to a human who is sitting, you know, probably in India, you know, but which makes no never mind, by the way. I just don't know why I mentioned it. And yeah, and so you can't communicate directly with the seller anymore. So I contacted Amazon and said, where's these shelves? Why are they not dispatching? It's been over a week. And he said, let me look into it for you. You know, okay, I'll sit here and wait for you, mate. You know. So he went and put his nom. I'm not saying no. He went and had a look, right? He came back and said, oh, they're stuck in the fulfillment office. There's been a technical error. Like, how come the seller never communicated this to me or updated the order or whatever? It's like, I'm just sat here sucking me thumb like an idiot, you know? And he said, oh, well, you know, I'll send you an email within the next 48 hours on an update. I'm like, great. Like, but, you know, do I have an idea when it's going to arrive? Because, you know, like, I made out like I was hard shipped. I was like, I took a day off work, you know, and I've lost out on money. So he gave me £30. I mean, I'm like, bloody hell. So that's 50 quid Amazon have given me. Man, the shelves were about 10 or more than that. So I've pretty much got these ones for free. It's mental, really. But as soon as they arrive, I'm not ordering a single thing off Amazon because I don't trust them at all. You know, there's no communication. It's all AI. It's all bollocks, you know, and like the last two things I've ordered have just been problem city. So, and it's not like they were close together. It was like last year and this year. So, goodbye, Amazon. I'd rather, I think, like, and I don't want to get a refund, by the way, because the company I've bought it from, it was the same one I bought from last time, stupidly enough. And the way they wanted to refund is wait for the delivery to arrive at my property, me then arrange to send them back, and then once they've got them, I get my money back. And I'm like, why don't you just stop them getting delivered and give me my money? Like, instead of waiting for it to be delivered, you know? And it's, yeah. So if I try and cancel it now and get my money back, it's going to be another month before I see that money. Satan said 5th of May, if that ever happens. Hey, Mikhail's in the house. How's it going? A new book. You've never heard of this one. Well, you're in for a treat then, my friend. And in 2 weeks' time, we'll be doing the other book that got released at the same time, Secrets of Salmonis. So Ian and Steve did a book separately, although I think Ian had a bit of help, or Steve had a bit of help. I can't remember which one, with Jonathan Green. So yeah, Spellsinger coming to these live sessions. I don't know, mate. I don't know. He's probably filming another review video. He's up to like number 41 now. He's getting there. He's getting there in the old the listings. So anyway, maybe we should start, you know. I think I've ranted enough, to be honest. So I've now got to wait 2 weeks before I can sort this fucking room out. Because Amazon, Jeff's too busy floating around in space to even care what's happening to his company. Like, Amazon don't give a shit because they're rolling in it. Like, people, fucking internet's gone. People buy server space off Amazon. They've got Amazon Music, Amazon Video. They've got, I was going to say Adobe, Audible books. They've got Kindle books. They got money for old rope is what they've got. They love money for old rope services. But give something physical, and that's where it falls apart. They can't handle. There's Amazon trucks all over the place as well. Everywhere you go, you see at least 10 Amazon trucks a day. But to deliver something, that's too much, you know. Anyway. You'd think they would take a bit more care when they're the ones being the mediatory between somebody else and yourselves. Like, anyway, I'm done. Right, let's start reading, shall we? This is, let me put this away here, because internet shite. It's going to be a good day today, guys. Happy Larry. I think I've, immunity's low for me, I reckon. I reckon I'm coming down with something. Anyway. Now that I've scared everybody off with my moaning, let's get busy, shall we? Less than a day's walk from Firetop Mountain, Anvil is a bustling mining town which began as a small settlement and grew quickly following the discovery of gold in nearby caves. Gold. The menfolk are mostly gold miners, whilst the womenfolk are gold diggers. Actually, it says the womenfolk are the lawmakers, eh? Ian knows where his bread is buttered. Womenfolk are the lawmakers who met out tough justice to wrongdoers found guilty of any crime. There was never a lot to see or do in Anvil. Visitors were... Hang on a second here. Somebody's... PC's going a bit Fruit Loopy. What's going on? Chrome. Well, I've only got 2 tabs open, mate, so... Why is Chrome having a fit? I don't know. There was never a lot to see or do in Anvil. Visitors were few other than local farmers selling their produce or sneaky thieves who slipped into town to try their luck on unsuspecting citizens. Have I got like a VPN? A VPN active? Hang on, let me just check. Nope, it's not active. So, I really don't know what the problem is here. Google's having a fit. The only other outsiders in town were the rugged dwarf gold miners hired in from nearby Stonebridge, eager to shake hands with everybody. The dwarfs would greet people with an outstretched hand like that, with a beaming smile. And the residents soon learned to avoid their handshakes, since a dwarf miner's huge, big-knuckled hand would crush theirs, which, if it happened, would send the dwarfs into fits of laughter. Shake my hand, I'll crush yours, and I'll laugh at you. Man, these guys are bastards, aren't they? Back in the mines you go. Off with, you know, never mind Snow White, ho-ho yourself back into the mine. It's off to work you go. It was all a game to them, evidently. Following a long stint in the mines, the dwarfs would let off steam by taking part in an arm wrestling contest in the noisy taverns of Anvil, risking their hard-earned pay in wagers. Most were bad losers, and many a punch was thrown following a loss in a close-fought contest. Travelling merchants avoided the mining town, so the mayor built a permanent market in the town square. She made a deal with the merchants of Cod for Anvil to become the eastern terminus for their trade route across the pagan plains. The new market quickly became popular, attracting both the merchants of Cod and people from the surrounding villages. While some of them would fall foul of a miner's handshake or a sly thief, the market boomed. That's why I prefer a friendly wave than a handshake. You are an adventurer, all right, who has recently arrived in Anvil to buy a new sword to replace the one you broke, forcing a dungeon door open on a quest to find a treasure chest. Wonder which one that was. We got a new sword, guys. The chest contained a map and 50 gold pieces. Oh, we get to keep that. 50 gold pieces, guys. Gold, 50. 50. Oh, yeah. Hang on, yeah. You are eager to go on another quest. This time to Firetop Mountain. There were scribblings on the back of the map which described a large quantity of gold concealed in a secret room by the warlock Zagor. But you dare not venture into the monster-filled passageways beneath Firetop Mountain without a new sword. Wary of Anvil's thieves, you hide half your gold pieces in your clothing and half inside a secret pocket in your backpack. Alright? 25 in each location. It is early morning and you're walking through Anvil's crowded market, looking at the various stalls. You're not alone. Pardon me. The market is busy with people buying cloth, food, spices, weapons, and tools from the brightly robed merchants who make shrill cries to attract their customers. Unable to find a sword to your liking, you are about to leave the market when you feel a tug on your arm. Hey, what are you doing? You turn around and you see a scrawny, one-legged old man in scruffy clothes peering up at you through half-closed eyes, his mouth hanging open. Hello. Hello. I saw you looking at those swords back there. None took your fancy, did they? He says in his scratchy voice. Maybe I can help. Dunbar Lap's my name, and selling is my game. Well, I hope it's not your body, mate. Bloody hell. Refund, please. Not that I paid anything. I know someone who has the best swords in town. Oh, yeah. Much better quality than anything those swindlers from Card have got to offer. Are you interested? The old man appears harmless enough, and you tell him to take you to the sword seller. We don't even get to choose. He leads you out to the market and down a narrow street, drops his kegs and says, "Here's your sword, sunshine." His wooden crutch tapping sharply on the cobblestones like that. The top floors of the creaking wooden houses on both sides of the street jut out overhead like the old classic, you know. And when you hear a shrill cry of "Look out below!" from above, you just manage to dodge being drenched by a bucket of shit. Because that's how they roll. You were lucky that was water. Sometimes it isn't, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we know what you mean, mate. Dunbar says, oh, that was the old man saying that. Well, whatever. You pass the locals on their way to the market, but they pay you no attention. Dunbar talks non-stop, telling you in gruesome detail how he lost his leg to a snow wolf in the Icefinger Mountains when he was young. Caverns of the Snow Witch, anyone? You arrive at a shop with heavy wooden shutters pulled up from the window. Here we are. Swords and shields, he announces proudly with a sweeping gesture of the hand. He invites you to go in, saying, Amaric stocks every type of sword you could ever want. He'll see you right. I'll wait for you outside and trust you'll tip me later. There you go, your adventure waits, guys. This is it now. We've started. So we'll start the clock. 3 hours and 40 minutes last time we lasted. Shall we see if we last longer this time? So, yeah. See what happens. So, a small brass bell jingles overhead as you walk through the doorway into the shop. We're in the shop now. Inside, you see a huge display of swords and shields mounted on the walls. On the floor to your left, there is a wooden barrel full of spears. And on your right, a collection of daggers and axes sticking out of an old tree stump. Wearing leather armor to protect him, a tall man with a flat nose and a thick brown hair is standing behind the counter opposite with his arms folded. He looks at you suspiciously as you enter and reaches down to produce a wooden club from under the counter.
You're not from these parts, stranger. How can I help you?
He asks in a firm voice. So, do you want to ask him if he actually knows that limpid old man Dunbar Lap outside? Do you want to tell him that you would like to buy a sword, or jump over the counter and attack him straight away? What shall we do, guys? I mean, free sword if you attack him. I'm thinking, guys. So we can attack him, we can ask him about the cripple, or we can ask him, like, we want to buy a sword. What shall we do? Ask him about the old man. Yo, do you know this dude outside? Or is he grooming me? I don't know, man. The armorer puts down his wooden club.
Dunbar Lap, you say? No, never heard of him. Why?
You explain that Dunbar Lap brought you to his shop to buy a sword. The man bursts out laughing and says,
Of course I know Dunbar. He's a good man who brings me lots of customers.
But you just said you didn't hear of him, mate. I don't know. Are you lying? Is he lying? Man, I don't know.
This is your lucky day. You are the 100th customer that he has brought me this year, which means you're entitled to a free dagger if you buy one of my swords. What do you say?
Whilst waiting for your reply, he takes one sword down from the wall and another from under the counter. So we got 2 swords now to choose from. Like that. 2 swords, guys. Which ones are we gonna have? All this sounds suspicious. Yeah. I'm with you on that one, Raquel. I'm with you on that one.
These are the best I have. These are my best swords.
Okay. I want to give one to you. He says in a friendly voice.
The sword with the engraved blade.
So, this one
Is a vampire sword, which was designed for slaying the undead. I'm only asking 10 gold pieces for it.
10 gold pieces for a vampire slayer? Man.
The sword with the flame colored grip is the fire sword.
It has got a flame grip on it.
Which is best for fighting fire-breathing creatures. And this is 15 gold pieces. It is a bargain.
So, which sword do you want to buy, guys? The vampire sword or the fire sword? Hey? We've got 50 gold pieces, and one costs 10, one costs 15. So, it's up to you. Hey? Like, want to buy a sword? Want to buy a sword? Can we buy both? I mean, it doesn't say buy both, but it does say make your choice and note the cost. So yes, you can buy both if you want. That is an option, guys. Yellow says buy both. Okay. So that's 25 gold pieces. So that's half our money gone. And we've got vampire sword. And fire sword. And a free dagger. Hey! Make your choice. Da 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 da. And there we go. Amaric thanks you for buying the sword. It says, I think you'll be very happy with your choices. He gives you a shiny dagger, which you tuck inside your boot before shaking your hand and bidding you farewell. You go outside where you find Dunbar Lap waiting for you, and he smiles when he sees your swords and cannot conceal his excitement. I hope you're pleased with your new weapons, he asks enthusiastically. You tell him you are more than happy with your purchase and the gift of a dagger. You drop 2 gold pieces in his hand as a tip. Fuck. Do we now? Can you believe that? Ian's spending our money. We don't get to spend yours, do we, Ian? Eh? You thank him for his help and you wave off goodbye. Say bye. We're off. We're off to see... Well, hang on. What are we to do? There's no mission, is there? Oh, Firetop Mountain, hunting for gold. Sorry. That's the mission. Sorry. I was kind of expecting, like, there's a baddie to it. You know. We got a picture here. That's the picture. Looks like a drunken brawl is about to ensue. Your thoughts return to Firetop Mountain and the legendary treasures inside. You're keen to try your luck, but also aware of the dangers which lie inside the deadly tunnels. Can I just say, our luck is 12, so the first time we have to test it, we win by default. How cool is that? You reason that it would be better to team up with somebody who has knowledge of the mountain to give you a better chance of survival. You decide to see if you can hire a miner. Why are we employing kids? To accompany you on your quest. Oh man, my name's not Sam. A little bit. It's getting a bit loud, I think. Is that test? 1, 2, 1, 2. There we are. Yeah. Minor, not minor. Oh, well. Just reading what it said. The best place to find the dwarves. Hang on, why would you know, Mikkel? You've not read this book. How do you know how it's spelled? Best place to find dwarfs, little, not, you know, little people, like, you know, like kids, would be in a tavern. All the kids hang out in the tavern, where they would be likely to be letting off steam. You walk briskly through the back streets and arrive at a tavern by the name of Double Duck, from where you can hear a lot of shouting and screaming coming from inside, so the fight has already kicked off. You poke your head into the tavern, there already, and see a fight going on between two dwarfs who are rolling around on the floor, knocking lumps out of each other, and the other dwarfs in the tavern are swigging back tankards of frothy ale and cheering on the brawling pair. The tall barman suddenly brings a brass bell to end the fight and declares who won. Oh, it's some sort of quiz night by the looks of it. The bruised dwarfs stand up and give each other a hug before staggering over to the bar, where the winner buys the loser a drink. With order restored, the dwarfs sit down at the tables, laughing, joking, and recounting tales of their mining exploits. One of the dwarfs sitting on the nearest table to the door points to you and says, "Oi, Sunshine, do you fancy your chances at arm wrestling? 2 gold pieces says I can beat you. Do you want to accept the challenge? Or would you rather just sit down at another table somewhere else? What shall we do? 2 gold pieces? Arm wrestle a dwarf with their massive Arnie, you know, hands and arms? You know, they're... Except, Yellow says. Bloody hell. Okay. See what we can do. You sit down opposite the dwarf, who shakes your hand. Ah! You're crushing me hand, mate. He tries to crush your fingers, but you give as good as you get. A crowd quickly gathers round the table, shouting encouragement as you lock hands in earnest to begin the contest. You stare each other down as the barman gives the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Roll 2 dice. Rolling. Challenge accepted. Fight. Oh, fuck me. 12, guys. It's a roll against your skill. So our skill is 10. Guys, we... where is it? Roll 2 dice and add the total to the dwarf's... Oh, hang on a second. Roll 2 dice and add the total to the dwarf's skill of 7. So 12 plus 7 is 19. Okay? Roll 2 dice again and add the total to your skill. 3. We got 13. The dwarf got 19. If your total is the same or higher, no. If it's lower, you lose the contest. Jesus. Can you imagine that? Dwarf got double 6. We get 3. The fuck? The perfect roll should be ours. Should be. The dwarf punches the air and lets out a victory cry. Yeah! His friends join in with celebrations, cheering even louder than before, spilling their ale as they dance around the tavern. He is the hero. The dwarf looks at you with a smug expression on his bearded face and says, "That'd be 2 gold pieces, please. If you don't mind." And then you have to hand over 2 gold pieces. We're down to 21 now. You hand over the gold pieces to the beaming dwarf, and you also become aware that your arm is hurting. You have strained your biceps, lose 1 skill point and 1 luck point. The fuck? We've just lost our advantage on the luck thing. And now we're down to 9 skill. Annoyed with yourself for getting injured, you look around for somewhere else to sit down, start licking your wounds. Like, oh. Guys. You walk over to an alcove at the back of the double dock and sit down opposite 2 dwarfs who are playing a noisy game of dice. The older one with the longer beard is accusing the other one of cheating. You cough loudly to get their attention and introduce yourself by asking if either of them would like to join you on a treasure hunting trip to Firetop Mountain. They put down their dice and say that they're very interested in joining you on your quest. They both claim to have explored the tunnels of Firetop Mountain before. The older dwarf with ginger hair and a long beard, drooping mustache and ruddy cheeks is called Higley, who tells you he is experienced and trustworthy. He asks for an advance payment of 4 gold pieces, if you please, and a share of half the treasure that you find. The younger dwarf with the long brown hair and a shorter beard is called Ghibli. We got Higley and Ghibli, who says he's a fearless fighter and would join you for an immediate payment of only 2 gold pieces, plus 1/3 of the treasures found. What do you want to do? Pay 4 gold pieces to hire Higley, or hire Ghibli for 2 gold pieces? What are we going to do, guys? Are we going to give half our treasure away or 3/4 of the treasure away? Two gold pieces. So you want to give 75% of the treasure to a dwarf that we find and only pay 2 gold pieces. You say it. You got it, mate. So there we go. We're hiring Ghibli. Ghibli. Higley shrugs his shoulders and says, "No hard feelings. I'm sure Ghibli will serve you well. Good luck. You'll need it." He gets up from the table and saunters over to the bar to join the other miners. Ghibli smiles and says, "Don't worry, you grumpy old Higley. He's just jealous. See? You made the right decision. When do you want to set off?" You reply that you would like to get going ASAP. Ghibli says, "That's fine. Just need to be back in the anvil the day after tomorrow for my gold mining job. You know, with my 6 other brothers. You know." You chat about your plan of action over a bowl of thick vegetable soup. Ooh, and a speciality of the tavern it is. Ghibli wipes his mouth with the back of his sleeve and stands up. "That was delicious," he says, belching. "Now, I need to get my axe, backpack, water bottle," you know. He's going glamping, he is. "If you give me 3 gold pieces, 2 for me and 1 to buy some climbing rope, I'll be back in under an hour." You give him the gold coins. That's 3 more we've just dropped. Now we're down to 16 gold pieces, guys. Feed it to the dogs. You're right, Empire. You spend the next hour watching the dwarfs arm wrestle and sing. And as time passes, you're beginning to wonder what's happened to Ghibli. When Higley strolls over and says casually, "You're fooling yourself if you think he's coming back. He'll be down the mines by now. This is not the first time he's run off with somebody's money. Fucking little shit. Stolen our money, guys. He's taken 5 gold pieces off us, by the way. Do you want to wait a bit longer for Ghibli, or would you rather give up on him and hire Higley instead? Hey, Cold Ballistic, how's it going, mate? You're just in time. We've just started. Or 17 minutes started, actually. But yeah, the story has yet to get going. I think we've just been conned by a dwarf. So we can either hire Higley the other dwarf, or we can just go, I'll wait a bit longer. I trust him. I reckon he'll come through. What shall we do? All good here? Lovely, mate. Good to hear. I'm glad. Good. Wait, Yellow says. Stop in the name of dwarf before they rob your money. Right, we're gonna wait a bit longer because we trust this guy. We reckon he's gonna come back. Higley shakes his head and says, "Don't hold your breath, mate. I'll be over there if you need me." You watch him walk over to a group of dwarfs who are playing cards, you know. Warwick Davis is over there as well. Ghibli, for another 30 minutes, you wait until it dawns on you that he ain't coming back, guys. Lose 1 luck point. We're down to 10 luck points now. Guys, our ace character is now just, you know, slinking away. You walk over to Higley, who greets you by saying, "If you want to join me, my fee has now gone up to 6 gold pieces. In advance, if you please. That's the price for doubting me. You have no choice but to agree to his terms. We're now down to 10 gold pieces." 6 gold pieces. I have a feeling they're both running the scam. I reckon they're brothers or something. And they're both running it. And they split the money. We've just given about 20 gold pieces to these two fellas. Like, we gave 5, 6, 11, sorry, 11. And if he says, "Give me 3 and I'll be right back," fuck off, mate. You know, not a chance. Higley holds out his hand for you to count out the gold coins. He thanks you with a nod and of the head and says enthusiastically, "Firetop Mountain awaits us. I'm ready to go wherever you are." He grabs his axe, a roll of rope, and his backpack from behind the bar and follows you out of the tavern. You tell Higley that you want to set off like ASAP, mate. I wanna get going as soon as we can, you know. So let's get going as soon as we can, mate. But he says he never goes treasure hunting without first going to see Mystic Mary. Here we go. The local soothsayer who always gives him helpful advice. Do you want to visit the soothsayer magic Mystic Mary, or would you rather just leave Anvil without further delay because you can hear the money calling you? Should be an option to go it alone. I think this is it, mate. I think, Yellow, this is your option. If you want to go it alone, just leave Anvil without delay. Because the little fella's going to Soothsayer, which Jeff has now just said, like, we're going to do that instead. So that's too bad on that one, mate. You know. Snooze, you lose, isn't it? But don't worry, because if this is the Soothsayer, I mean, I bet a pussy's alright, isn't it? I mean, you know, it's a black cat. Be careful. Higley leads you through the back streets of Anvil before turning down a narrow alleyway. You grip the hilt to your sword, wary that he might be leading you into a trap. And we got 2 swords, remember, you know. So we grip both the hilts. We double in them, like, you know. But your fears are quickly allayed when you actually arrive outside a small house at the end of an alleyway, which has a door with the words Mystic Mary on the nameplate. Higley opens the door and walks in without waiting to be asked. That's weird. You follow him inside a small room where you see a young woman with long black hair sitting, you know, in a rocking chair and stroking a black cat on her lap in front of an open fireplace. I've been expecting you. She's sitting there stroking a pussy. She's wearing a long black dress, although it looks white in the picture, and has a red shawl wrapped around her neck. She looks at you out of the corner of her eyes with a hint of a smile that says, welcome. Welcome, I believe you're here to seek my words of wisdom regarding a quest that you are about to make. Points for that, yeah. It is indeed the case. Then please drop 1 gold piece into my hand. Here we go. She points at a small ceramic money box on a small round-topped tripod table next to her. It is in the shape of a pig with a coin slot on its back. Do you want to put a gold piece in the money box? She's hot for those days of 1856. Pay her gold piece? Alright. So we're down to 9 gold pieces now. Money is just running through us like a stream. So, yeah, we'll drop her a gold piece. Pay the whore. No evidence that she is, but, you know. Mary closes her eyes and begins to stroke her pussy very gently. That's what it says, by the way. Although I've swapped out cat for pussy. So, as she recites a short rhyme in a barely audible whisper. The eyes of the dragon are the gems on its head. Green is life and red is dead. Oh, yeah. Because she's stroking her cat, don't forget. She opens her eyes again, smiles and says, I'm done. Good luck on your adventure. Bye. Higley thanks her for her help. Like, what fucking help? And leaves the hut. Well, we've just paid for a little peep show, basically. You follow him outside and ask him what dragon eyes have got to do with Firetop Mountain. Higley shrugs his shoulders and says, I don't fucking know. She's crazy, by the way. Who knows? But I'm sure Mary's rhyme will aid us in our quest somewhere. You repeat the rhyme to memorize it. The eyes of the dragon are the gems on its head. Green is life and red is dead. Can you decode that cipher, guys? Eh? Her stroking her pussy was worth 1 gold piece. You repeat the rhyme, and then you leave Anvil to begin your treasure hunting quests. You head east, chatting excitedly. So we're off now. That's it. We're off on an adventure, guys. You're excitedly chatting with Higley about treasure hunting. Ahead of you, you see the ominous fire-red peak of Firetop Mountain. Its menacing steep face strewn with sharp crags of rock jutting out from it. As you approach the mountain, you see the cave entrance ahead. Ha ha! We're here! Higley calls out loudly, and he pulls his axe, not his wax. These need updating. He pulls his axe from his belt and steps into the gloom. And inside the gloom, the walls are slimy. And there are pools of dank water on the cave floor, which give the air a musty smell. You set off down a passageway at the back of the cave and soon come to a junction. You ask Higley which way you should go. He goes, I don't know, never been here before in my life. No, he doesn't say that. He says, going left is pointless since treasure hunters have long since looted everything in that section of the mountain. So you go right. And then you notice a small hole in the wall. You peer into its cavity. It is too dark to see inside. Do you want to reach into the hole in the dark, or would you rather just walk on? Pools of bong water. Somebody's been chasing a dragon. Any news on the upcoming book, Legion of the Necromancer? Yeah, mate, it's already out. Hey, Legion the Necromancer came out ages ago, mate. I don't know where my copy's gone. It's here somewhere. You go to the website, mate, buy it. Came out like before Christmas? No, not before Christmas. What am I saying? Came out February or something. I can't remember. Actually, I think it was before Christmas. How long has it been since it's been out? It was before Christmas, wasn't it? Wasn't this year. It was end of last. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I can't remember. Trying to remember what to do with this hole in the wall. Well, it's glory hole. Come on, guys. What are we doing? We reach it in the glory hole, or are we going to just leave it? Carry on. But he reach in the glory hole here, and then some dude pops out going, can I join you? Walk on, Yellow says. Walk on by. Who's seen the new Michael film, guys? How ace is that fucking film? Don't believe what you see in the papers. Honestly. You soon arrive at a wooden door which has been smashed open, hanging in pieces on its rusty hinges. You peer into the gloom and see a clay pit just beyond the doorway. Higley ties one end of his climbing rope onto the door hinge, which is hanging off. So how secure is that, mate? And it's rusty hinges. So, like, this dwarf ain't so clued up on the old, and then he throws the rope down the pit. He grins and says, I'll go first. Yeah, you go first, mate, because that door ain't going to hold shit. So, I'll just stay here, I think. We'll stay here, sorry. So he grabs the rope to slide down the pit. Nothing to see down here, he says, looking up. You tell him not to be so hasty and slide down the rope to join him. You inspect the pit wall carefully and notice a faint vertical crack in the clay. You tell Higley to swing his axe at the wall and hear a dull clang as his blade strikes solid metal. It's like bloody Chuckle Brothers here, the way it's written. WD-40. You help him clear away the clay to reveal an iron door, which is etched with the figures of fire-breathing dragons. Higley urges caution, but you cannot resist trying the handle. Much to your surprise, it turns, and you pull the creaking door open. You enter a small stone-walled chamber where you see an ancient wooden chest with thick brass edging on a marble plinth. Although it is quite dark inside the chamber, you can see you can see that the far wall is decorated with a colourful painting of an old bearded wizard in long robes holding a glass orb from which swirling gases are escaping. Basically, you're looking at the cover of the first book of Fighting Fantasy, Warlock of Firetop Mountain. That's what you're looking at. A huge dragon appears to be materializing out from the gases. That could be a painting of Zagor, the evil warlock who used to live inside the mountain. I've read the book. You know. Higley says this excitedly. And this could be his long-lost treasure chest. You walk round the plinth looking for traps before inspecting the chest, which has 2 rows of interlocking dragon teeth securing the lid to the frame of the chest. You can't find a lock, but there are 2 gemstone eyes, 1 emerald and 1 ruby, set in the lid, which is shaped like the top of a dragon's skull. Higley suggests that you should try pressing one of the gems, which might open the chest. But which colour will you choose? The emerald gem or the ruby gem, guys? Hey, Jeff's on it. Press green! Green! bloody green! Unfortunately, green isn't in this, mate. It's emerald or ruby. So, there you go. He's reconfigured it. Whatever. I can't speak, guys. I'm so exhausted. I'll be going back to sleep after this, I think. You hear a faint click when you press the emerald eye and watch the lid slowly lift open like a huge gaping mouth. On a red velvet cushion inside, you see a polished iron crown adorned with 4 iron warriors spaced equally apart on the rim. The warriors are all standing to attention with their hands resting on the hilt of their downward pointing swords. "What a fantastic looking crown!" exclaims Higley. "It must have magic powers. I'm going to put it on." Do you want to let Higley try the crown on? Or do you want to try the crown on yourself? What shall we do? And we're dead. Well, thanks for playing, guys. What shall we do? We can either let Higley put it on. Let Higley try it. Okay. Yeah, mate. Why don't you put the crown on? Is it the crown of kings by any chance? If it is, I hope not, because he's going to have all the power. "Fortune favours the brave," Higley says cheerfully as he places the crown on his head. "I have the power!" Suddenly turns into He-Man. You watch him lift the velvet cushion out of the chest in the hope of finding more treasure, but there's nothing else inside. Hang on, what? He places the crown on his head. Nothing happens. "We might as well take these gems," he says, drawing his dagger. He begins to prise the ruby out of the eye socket like an idiot when it suddenly drops the dagger. And he looks alarmed and grabs the crown with both hands. "It's crushing my head," he says with a look of fear in his eyes. He tugs at the crown, but he is unable to take it off. Uh-oh. And Higley's dead. It tightens even more around his head. It's like, get this off me. This device is pinching my head. Causing him considerable pain. But he manages to climb out of the pit and stagger outside, still pulling on the crown before collapsing on the ground. Daylight. So we're outside now. Daylight has activated the evil magic in a spell that was cast on the Iron Crown years ago. It drops off Higley's head and rolls it away as if it's being controlled. Now, this is something like from Labyrinth now, isn't it? You watch incredulously as the 4 iron warriors on the rim come alive. They jump down from the crown on the ground to stand at attention in a circle, swords raised and tips touching. Sound a little bit weird now. They grow quickly. Within seconds, they are towering above you like a group of 5-meter high iron statues. Activated. Although unable to see you, the iron giants, nice reference there, sense your presence. Their heads turn towards you in unison, and one swings its huge sword down at you. Roll 2 dice. We formed Voltron. Yeah, we've just unleashed hell, by the way. Oh! We rolled a 3, guys. We bloody rolled a 3. Roll 2 dice. If the number rolled is less than or equal to your skill, which it is, how lucky is that? But 1 off from dying, because it's past 30 minutes now. We just scraped by them, I feel. You dive sideways and just manage to avoid being hit by the sword. You jump up and run back into the cave to escape the iron giants. So we're back in the cave. Looking out from the safety of the cave entrance, you watch them continue to grow until they're 10 meters tall. Without warning, they all turn around at the same time and slowly stride off west towards the pagan plains. Towards the pagan plains, and you're like, oops. Sorry. Without warning, yeah, they're pagan plain in it. They're giant articulated limbs making grating metallic sounds as they walk, and their thumping iron feet crushing anything in their path underfoot. As soon as they are gone, you run outside to where Higley is lying motionless on the ground, barely alive. Well, hang on. His fucking head came off his head. What do you mean, barely alive? He's a goner. His head detached. And the city is dead. And the whole countryside is gone. It says here, and he's talking as well. It's the crown of chaos. I am doomed. Mate, your head came off and rolled away. Like, why are you still talking? Fucking Ian's forgotten what he wrote. He whispers, struggling to breathe. Well, you would do without your lungs, mate. They're in your body yonder, so I'm not surprised. His face contorted in pain. Well, you don't feel that anymore because all your nerves are bloody shot. The Iron Giants will destroy Lancia. Take the crown to Marek Omyash in Hamlin. Hamlin? He will help you. The magic items you'll need to find in Hamlin are... And then he dies. But before he can finish his sentence, Higley falls silent, remembering that his head was detached. His eyes closed, never to open again. Lose 1 luck point. Fuck it, hell, man. We're down to 9 luck and 9 skill. Like, you place the crown in your backpack and you set off southeast towards Hamlin. So we're back in the outside now. Higley lost all his lick points. Lick points? Do you have should we be having lick points here? How many lick points have you got, Jeff? Hey? So you look back momentarily to see the Iron Giants marching slowly on, towering above the trees, tearing up villages, killing and massacring people as they stomp their way through the countryside. An hour later, you arrive at Red River, where you see an old man with a wizened face lying asleep in a rowing boat, which has been pulled up on the bank. Do you want to talk to this old man? Or would you rather keep on walking around the riverbank? Do we have meals? We have 10 meals. We haven't lost any stamina yet, so we can't have any meals, but we have 10 meals. And they're called ginger nuts. we talk to the old man. And the old man goes, "Did you do that? The bloody giant, you know." "Did you do that?" You cough loudly to wake up the old man, who leaps up looking startled. He grabs an oar and tells you not to come any closer. So we can now ask if we can hire him to row us to Hamlin. We can draw our sword, or we can apologize for waking him up and walk on. Meal. We haven't lost any stamina points there. Helps, so. Or psych, whatever. Psych. Just fixing the Mrs. Bra. Okay. Hire the old man. So we can hire him to row us to Hamlin. Okay. Anyone else hate that? Go check on your wives. Make sure the missus is okay, guys. The old man relaxes and says, "Hamlin is too far away for me to row to. In the old days, I used to run a ferry service across an underground river inside Firetop Mountain." This is that guy. "But people stopped coming, so I'm retired now. But I'll sell you my boat if it's of any interest to you. Give me 5 gold pieces. We have 9. Do you want to buy the ferryman's rowing boat and we'll just row ourselves to Hamlin? Or would you rather decline this offer and make your own way by walking? What shall we do then?" Mate, it doesn't look like anybody else looks after their missus there. Just you. Buy the boat. It'll take us part of the way up. Okay. Where's the... Buy the ferryman's rowing boat. Yeah. You give the old man 5 gold pieces. Right, so that's 5. We're down to 4 now. 4 gold pieces, after which he hands you the oars. He smiles and says, "You should reach Hamlin before nightfall. But keep an eye out for the giant river snakes." You put the oars on the boat and you push it into the river and jump on board. You turn the boat upstream, so we're kind of on water now, aren't we? So, you pull the oars upstream, blah, 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 as the old man hurries away. You have only gone a few meters when you notice the boat is taking water on board. It's given us a bloody holy boat. The fuck? Oh my god, someone's broken into my room! Hang on a second here. I'll be right back. Right, so yeah. Weird. Where was I? I have no idea. Right, the boat is sinking. It's rotten and has sprung a leak. It rapidly fills up with water and begins to sink, and you have no option but to swim back to the bank. You have been swindled by the old ferryman who has sold you a rotten boat. You scramble up the bank, soaked to the skin. 3 of your meals are gone. So, soggy wet biscuits, basically. And you lose 1 luck point, so now we're down to 8. You look left and right, but the ferryman is nowhere to be seen. All you see are the iron giants in the distance marching steadily west. There seems little you can do but to set off on foot again. It's not long before you come to an old log cabin which has a small vegetable patch in front of it. Smoke drifts up from the chimney, and you see there are 2 saddled horses tethered to a post nearby. Do you want to knock on the door of the cabin, or would you rather keep on walking along the riverbank? Should we knock on the door or walk along the riverbank? Knock on the door. You walk up on the front door of the cabin and bang it with the pommel of your sword. You hear dogs barking ferociously from inside. Go away or I'll set my bitches on you, an angry man calls out. Oh, we're off the water, aren't we? Forgot about that. Do you want to knock on the door again, just to piss him off, or would you rather just continue walking along the riverbank? Knock on the door, open, and fart at them. Empire says knock the door. So we'll knock the door again. You knock rapidly on the door and hear the man call out in an even angrier voice. Did you not hear me, you little fucking shit? I said go away or I'll set my bitches on you. If you want to ask him if you can buy one of his horses, that's an option. Or do you want to leave him alone and continue along the riverbank? So, yo, mate, a horse. Can we have a horse? Or we can just leave it be. What shall we do? Leave him be or ask for a horse? Buy a horse. Okay. Yo, I've got 4 gold pieces, mate. Is that going to get me any horse? I'll take it dead or alive, mate. Here he is. Here's a picture of him, I'm guessing. That's who you're dealing with, by the way. That crazy old SOB right there. Okay. Option C, steal the horse. Yeah, well, that should be an option, shouldn't it? The door is suddenly yanked open by a grim-faced, skinny man with a bushy beard and wiry hair sticking out all over the place. He is wearing a grubby shirt tucked into his baggy trousers, which are held up by a leather belt with a dragon's head buckle made of brass. Dude looks like he should be on a boat. 2 huge slavering warhounds with sharp fangs stand by his side, barking loudly, straining at the leash, wild-eyed, and ready to attack. The man looks you up and down and says sharply, "Why didn't you say you wanted to buy a horse in the first place? My name's Harold Hoggett, and my playful little puppies here are called Chulia and Georgie and Chulia. Don't worry, they won't attack you unless I tell them to. Where are you headed to, my friend? Do you want to reply that it's none of his business and, you know, give me the fucking horse? Or do you want to reply that you're going to Hamlin? What shall we do? Don't feed it to the rest of your meal. Yeah, keep your meals in your pockets, guys. Tell him we're going to Hamlet. Hamlin, says Hoggett with raised eyebrows. What takes you to that town of tricksters? Must be something important. Do you want to ask him if he has heard of Marek Omyash? Who the fuck is he, Marek Omyash? Or do you want to reply that you're looking for magic items? What? What? Why would we be looking for magic items? And who's Marek Omyash? So we can either ask if he knows Marek Omyash or that we're looking for magic items. Suddenly. That is the right paragraph, by the way. I have turned to the correct one. Ask him if he has heard of Merrick, and then pull her pants down and moon him. Marek is what I said, but okay. I'm going to take it as that one then. Heard of Marek Omyash. Hoggett offered you a chair. Can't hear anything, man. What's going on? Hoggett offers you a chair before sitting down on an old threadbare armchair with his dogs lying at his feet. He looks at you curiously and says, "Yes, I do know Marek. Why do you want to see him? Do you want to tell Hoggett about the Crown of Chaos and the Iron Giants? Or do you want to reply that you're an old friend of Marek's? Swear this is the plot of Now You See Me Too." Tell him about the crown. Well, you see, mate, there was this crown, and a little fella tried it on, and then all hell broke loose after his head rolled away, and he still started talking to me. Anyway, I don't know why we gotta see Marek. I don't even know who the fuck he is. So, you show Hoggett the Crown of Chaos and tell him how you came to find it in Firetop Mountain and how the Iron Giants rose up and headed west. You tell him what Higley had said before he died about you having to find Marek Omyash, but that you didn't know why you should find him or exactly where to find him. Hoggett looks at you in shock and says, "The Iron Giants have risen. It's dangerous news, my friend. Had he lived, poor Higley would have told you that Marek is one of only a handful of people in Alancia who know how to defeat the Iron Giants." So, there we go. What Higley didn't know is that ever since his wife Velma died, Marek has lived as a recluse in Hamlin. He refuses to see anybody these days. I met him years ago when he fought shoulder to shoulder against the lizard men in the Battle of Fire Island. Man, he's going through his greatest hits here. And we became blood brothers. But if you wear this, I know he will speak to you. It's a little badge, little pin badge that says, "I'm with Marek." Hoggett takes off his chain necklace and hands it to you. There is a silver medallion hanging from it with a dragon's head engraved on the face. Show him the medallion and tell him Harold Hoggett says hello. He says calmly, "Marek will likely be wearing the same medallion. Now, you must be on your way. The fate of Alancia is in your hands." Shall we just move to the old world then? or cool or something. Fuck Lancia, man. You know, we've always had trouble in the Lancia. Let's just go to another continent in Titan. There is no time to lose. Save your gold. All 4 of them. Please take my horse with my compliments. He's got a free horse. Guy's got a free horse. I would join you, but I'm frail and my dogs are here. And I got a horse to look after that you've just taken. You must have more than one horse, I guess. Don't we get to choose our horse? Is he just going to give us the run to the litter? Hoggett goes outside and unties the reins of the sleek chestnut horse called Willow, which he tells you he named after the old tree in his garden, the old tree. Willow, the horse, is as old as that tree, I bet. Yeah, this horse is going to end up like bloody, what's his name from bloody Never-Ending Story? A trail. Fucking... He helps you up into the saddle and says, out of respect to Marek, I suggest you pay a visit to the graveyard outside Hamlin. His wife is buried there. By the way, it's the first day of unlocking tomorrow, which means the Hamlin Fair will be on. There will be entertainers, stalls, contests, and all manner of fun things happening. Ian Livingstone will be there signing his books. You never know. Marek Omyash might sneak in for a while. It was always his favourite day of the year, but watch out for the hustlers, especially card sharps. They'll rob you of your gold before you know it. You thank Hoggett for his help. He shakes your hand before giving you Willow a quick slap on the ass to send him on his way. Yeah! Whoa! Giddy up! And we're off. We're off to the races, guys. Place your bets. You gallop across the grasslands, following the river and on through a grove where you see a bearded man who is tied up to an old oak tree. He is wearing a leather waistcoat and has a leather headband to keep his long hair out of his eyes. When he sees you, he says, "Don't tell my family." Untie me and don't tell anyone. It all went wrong. Didn't mean for this to happen. Yeah, so he calls out, begging you to stop. You bring Willow to a halt and trot over to the old oak tree, looking around to make sure it's not a trap, before asking the man, what the hell happened here, mate? My name is Victor, you see, he replies desperately. I was on my way from Zengis to the Moonstone Hills when 3 little goblins jumped out on me from behind the trees. They took everything I had, except this leather outfit. Please untie me, and I'll be forever in your debt. Do you want to help this guy, or do you want to just keep on walking? Sounds kind of kinky. We need to see the graveyard. Do we? Why? I don't like going to graveyards. I don't even like looking at one. You know? Let's move on. Okay. Sorry, mate. I'm going to be a piece of shit to you today. It is late afternoon by the time you see the small town of Hamlin in the distance on the other side of the river. Ahead, you... Sorry, mate, you got yourself into that. You can get yourself out, alright? And you shouldn't be doing that kind of shit. That's how Robin Williams went. In the late afternoon, by the time you see the small town of Hamlin in the distance on the other side of the river, ahead you see a small jetty to which a wooden raft is moored. A young woman wearing brown breeches and a baggy white shirt is sitting on a bench at the end of the jetty. Excuse me. Busy casting a fishing line into the water. She turns round when your horse whinnies. You notice that she has an angry scar running the length of her face and a patch over her left eye. What's an angry scar? Like, does any scar appear nice? You got angry scars, you got nice scars. I think they're all pretty hideous, like. She stands up and says, "The fishing is good today, and I'm not in the mood to run my ferry service. My name is Rosa. Rosa. If you want to take me from behind and across the river, 10 gold pieces, if you please. Or I'll take your horse as payment. You'll have no need for it in Hamlin, trust me. So we can either pay 10 gold pieces, which we don't have, so that's a no-go. Or we can give her the horse to cross the river. And that's the only two choices, so we've got to give her the horse. We're basically forced to. Sorry, horsey. See ya. Nice knowing you. You feel a little sad about leaving Willow, but Rosa assures you that he will be well fed before he's skinned alive, and then he feeds her family. You know? She ties the horse to the handrail on the jetty and invites you onto the raft. You step on board and watch her take long wooden pole. You watch her take a long wooden pole, you know, and then push it off from the bank. Plunging the pole into the fast-flowing river, she pushes down against the river bend and effortlessly drives the raft across the river. So we're in the river now. In just a few minutes, you jump onto the wooden jetty on the south bank and watch Rosa start her journey returning. You turn and walk towards Hamlin. So that's it, we're off the river now. Was brief. Which you see is a small town with overhanging timber-framed houses and some smaller buildings towards the center, or taller buildings towards the center. To your right, there are farm workers. Oh man, my eyes are fucked, man. Farm workers toiling away in the fields, digging up carrots and potatoes. That sounds great. I didn't have breakfast. That sound roasted root veg is fucking amazing, honestly. With a bit of Cajun and pepper and salt. Man, I might be roasting some potatoes today. Yeah, taller buildings. To your right, there are farm workers. Yeah, potatoes, carrots. And they're loading them onto carts. There is an old graveyard to your left with weathered gravestones crammed together in rows surrounding a large vine-covered stone tomb. Do you want to look at the gravestones, examine the tomb, or walk straight into Hamlin? What shall we do, guys? Okay, so yeah. Gravestones. Gravestones. Lord of the Apes. Okay. Now, that's only like 3 pages behind. The graveyard is neglected, alright? And overgrown with weeds and ivy. Some gravestones are broken, while others are covered with moss. Their engravings hidden or eroded. You pass by 3 marble headstones that were laid in more recent times and are still legible. The first is that of Indigo Asgard, a pig farmer, who died at the age of 42. The second pays tribute to why can't I say this? Riveranoff, a violin maker who was 61 when she died. And the third is the headstone of Velma Omyash, a basket weaver who died aged 43. If you've not already done so and you would like to examine the tomb, you can, or you can just go to Hamlin if you want. We're looking for Marik's dead wife's headstone and read it. I think it's one of them, mate. I think we've just read it. So now we can go to the tomb, or we can go into Hamlin. Tomb time. We're heading into Toontown. We're going to come across Roger Rabbit. The tomb is built of sandstone, which has turned black over time. There are carved stone gargoyles on each of the 4 corners of the flat roof, and broken steps which lead down to a wooden door, almost hidden by thick vines. You walk down the steps and cut away the vines with your sword to reveal a handle which turns in your hand, so it's open. The door is wedged shut, though, blocked by the bottom by dirt and debris. But you manage to barge it open with your shoulder. In the tomb we go. In the tomb. And, yeah, you stare into the musty smelling tomb. It smells like oranges. Your eyes trying to adjust to the nearby darkness. You step inside and walk slowly towards a stone sarcophagus, which lies in the middle of the tomb. You feel a cold draught of wind on your neck and spin round to see a shadowy figure in a long and ragged black gown hovering above the cold stone floor. My gosh. Its face, but for its glowing red eyes, whatever, is hidden by a large hood. Welcome. I have been waiting a long time for this moment, he says in a hissing accent, whisper. Vicious long claws suddenly appear from out of its baggy sleeves as the wraith glides forward to attack you. You draw your sword, got 2 of them, and quickly to defend yourself. If you possess a vampire sword, you can add 2 to your attack strength, which we do. Look at that, yellow's on it. Vampire sword! Vampire sword! Like, so we've now got a skill of 11 because of that. He's got a skill of 10. So we've only got a 1 advantage. That's it. His stamina, though, is 8. So I think we're quite good, actually. So here we go. So he has to -1 off his dice roll. So he rolled a 6, which is a 5. We rolled a 4. We lucked out. So we lose 1 point of stamina. Are there any special rules? No. It's fight to the death time. He rolled a 6, which becomes a 5. We rolled a 6, so he loses 1. Which, he's got 7. Slow fight this is going to be, isn't it? All right, he's rolled a 7, which becomes a 6, and we rolled a 6, so it's all the same. Come on. He's rolled an 11, which becomes a 10. We've rolled a 4. That's 6 difference. That's a lot. We're down to 13. Come on. Lucky, lucky. We had 20 stamina, man. So he's rolled a 9, which becomes an 8. We've rolled a 6. We lose another 2. The fuck's going on here? We've actually got more skill than him. I'll just say that. Because of the vampire sword, that is. And we're getting our ass kicked. The fuck's going on? Weird day, man. He's rolled a 9, which becomes an 8. We've rolled a 10. He loses 2. He's on 5. Thank God for that. I might move the dice cam on. Oh, I can't, can I? Because I'm in the way. Might drop it down then. And maybe put that up. It might change next time, guys. Right, so he's on 5 now. So he's rolled a 5, which becomes a 4. We've rolled a 10. So he's lost 6. He's dead. Ba-boom. Whew. Fuck it hell, man. All that remains of the Wraith is a long gown lying in a crumpled heap on the stone floor like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Do you want to open the sarcophagus? Or do you want to leave the tomb and head into Hamlin? Have a meal first? Okay. How many meals do you want to eat? We've got 7. I mean, two meals I see. What the fuck was that? Do you know, I feel like one day this bookshelf here is just going to fall down. It's absolutely shit. Is that 2 meals, or am I just having 1? I feel like something's fallen. Thought I heard something. Did anybody hear anything, by the way, just then? I thought I heard a noise. I don't know if I activated something or I heard something. 1 meal, okay. One meal. Daddy gets a biscuit. One biscuit, 1 meal. Yum, yum. What's everybody doing after this stream today? Jeff's off. See ya, mate. Right. So what are we doing? Are we heading into Hamlin, or are we going to open the sarcophagus? Dudes, we got nothing in our backpack, can I just say that? Ian has not had us picking up much stuff in this adventure. Open the sarcophagus. You grip the sarcophagus lid and push it with all of your might and manage to slide it back halfway. You see a skeleton lying inside, encased in a suit of plate mail armor. The body armor appears to be too big for you, but the gauntlet on the skeleton's right hand looks like it could be a good fit. There is also a leather pouch clutched in the fingers of the skeleton's hand, and a sword with a claw-shaped pommel held in its right hand. So you can either try and grab the gauntlet, or sorry, you can either try on the gauntlet, you can take the pouch, you can take the sword, or you can go head for Hamlin. 4 choices there. Gauntlet, pouch, sword, Hamlin. While you guys think about that, I'm desperate for a pee. So, I'll be right back. I'm back. Right, so what did we say? Take the sword. Hey, Moonmat, how's it going? We're taking another sword. We got 3 swords now. So take the sword. 67. You have found a dragon sword, guys. We got a dragon sword now. Bloody hell. Dragon sword, which is the sharpest blade you've ever seen in your life. Do you want to try on the gauntlet? Do you want to take the pouch? Or do you want to go into Hamlin? 3 options there. Pouch, gauntlet, Hamlin. Don't forget these creatures are causing havoc across Atlantia. We got a sword for every occasion. Vampires, dragons, fire. Honestly. Take the pouch. Let's see here. What's the pouch going to give us? You uncurl the skeleton's brittle fingers and take the pouch, which feels like it contains some metal objects. Do you want to open the pouch? Or do you want to walk straight to Hamlin? Are we opening it or are we leaving it? What does it contain? Hey? Gold. Money? Who knows? Open it up. Let's have a look inside. You untie the string binding and pour the contents of the pouch into your hand. Nestling in the palm of your hand are 3 small human-shaped skulls, one made of gold, one made of silver, and one made of brass. There are also 3 small bones, perhaps from a bird, engraved with tiny symbols on it. You put the objects back in the pouch and decide what to do next. I mean, is that us taking the pouch or are we leaving the pouch? It doesn't actually say. And the only thing we can do is go to Hamlin. So, I don't know. Have we taken that with us or not? It doesn't actually instruct us to keep it. Weirdly enough. You follow a dirt track through a gate. So we're in Hamlin now, guys. You know. Through a gate stone archway into the Crown Street, which is a narrow cobbled road lined with some shit or other, you know. With buildings, sorry. There is a guard with a dented helmet and chainmail armor leaning on his spear by the main gate. He pays you no attention as he slowly munches on an apple. He looks half asleep. It's bloody me. You see people going about their business, some carrying baskets, others wheeling wooden barrows along the bumpy road. Everybody looks happy, chatting and laughing together in the warm early evening sun. A shifty-looking juggler in a red and green silk costume and wearing a fool's cap and silk slippers curled up at the toe starts dancing around you, tossing wooden balls in the air, hoping that you might drop a coin into the tin cup on his belt. You walk past him straight into the path of a long-haired young woman who is dressed in a shin-length burgundy gown with long flared sleeves and brown boots. And there's a picture of her there. Hello, my name's Esmeralda. A dagger is tucked into her belt, and she has a leather purse slung across her shoulders. She stands in front of you, hands on hips, and says with a beaming smile, "Welcome to Hamlin. My name is Biddy Brogan, and it would be my pleasure to give you a tour of the town for 1 gold piece. I'll make sure you find a place to stay as well, and if you're planning on staying, that is, I'll make sure you're all right. What do you say? Do you want to pay Binny the 1 gold piece? We do have 4 gold pieces. She'll give us a tour of Hamlin. Or would you rather politely refuse her offer and just walk on? Like, we're here to see somebody, aren't we? What shall we do? Take the tour. Okay, that's 1 gold piece. Give us a tour, love. Binny thanks you for paying her and says, "You look like you've travelled far. You must be hungry. I think I should take you to an inn before we begin the tour. Follow me." She turns left down a narrow alleyway which ends at a tavern called the Krusty Pie Inn. Burning lanterns hang above the open doorway, and you can hear raucous laughter coming from inside. Binny beckons you to enter. "After you," she says cheerfully. "I think you're going to enjoy yourself in there." You enter the crowded tavern, where you see 5 people sitting at a table. One of them a huge barbarian, each with an empty plate in front of them. A burly, red-cheeked man wearing an apron over his shirt and breeches bangs a copper pan with a ladle and shouts, "I need one more person to volunteer for this evening's pie-eating contest. The pies are free, and if you win, you also get a free room for the night, if you want to. All the losers will pay 2 gold pieces each to cover the cost of the pies. Who fancies their chances?" There are murmurs coming from the crowd, but no one else sits down at the table. Bimmy looks at you and suggests that you should give it a go. Do you want to try and enter the pie-eating contest, or would you rather just watch the contest? What shall we do, guys? Free food and free room for the night. Or we can just watch. We will dominate this contest. Is that you saying you want to enter the contest, Moon Matt? Enter. Enter the contest. Here we go. You take your place at the table next to the barbarian, who grunts when you sit down. The innkeeper signals for the contest to begin by banging on his copper pan. A short, balding man wears a chef's hat and an apron appears from the kitchen at the back of the tavern, carrying a metal tray piled high with steaming hot pies with thick pastry lids. The onlookers begin to clap loudly in unison as the competition gets underway. You devour 2 vegetable pies and 1 meat and potato pie before you begin to slow down. Your 4th is a cheese and onion pie, which is hard going. You stare at your 5th pie, wondering how you could possibly eat another one. And hope isn't too heavy. 3 of the contestants stand up after admitting defeat, leaving you, the barbarian, and a portly dwarf in battle to battle it out. Without warning, the dwarf suddenly stands up and dashes outside, where you can hear him being ill. The barbarian laughs loudly at the dwarf's misfortune and picks up his next pie. Test your luck. Our luck is 8, by the way. And we're unlucky on this one. So, methinks we'll be paying 2 gold pieces. We are unlucky. You bite into the warm golden pastry of what turns out to be another cheese and onion pie. You are so full that you struggle to swallow the mouthful of the rich melting cheese. You watch enviously as the barbarian takes a huge bite out of his meat pie and swallows it quickly. 3 more mouthfuls and the meat pie is devoured. The barbarian sneers at you with a smug expression on his face. You feel completely bloated and decide that you cannot face another mouthful and raise your hand to signal your retirement from the contest. "Winners are grinners," the barbarian boasts, punching the air. "And losers are snoozers." You have to pay the innkeeper 2 gold pieces, which leaves us with 1. You can have the room I won if you want it, the barbarian says. "I'm going home." You thank the barbarian for his kind gesture, which the innkeeper says is fine with him. Although you do feel uncomfortably full, the pies boost your energy, add 2 stamina points. Is that it? I mean, we did overfill, so maybe you don't get as much when you overfill. Biddy comes over to you and says, "Never mind, you did your best. But I guess 2 cheese and onion pies in a row was a bit much. At least you've got a free room for the night. It's getting late, so I'm going to go home now. I'll be back first thing in the morning to give you a tour of the town." Whoa, hang on a sec. We paid for a tour tonight, love. The fuck? She turns and walks out of the tavern, leaving you to join the innkeeper and his customers in a rowdy sing-along as the night sets in. Before you retire to your room, you ask everybody in the tavern if they know where Marek Yash lives, but nobody seems to know him. You manage to get a good night's sleep at 2 stamina points. That's alright then. So we're pretty much back up to full stamina now, which is alright. You go downstairs in the morning where you find the innkeeper clearing up the mess from the night before. Binny Brogren was in here earlier. She said she couldn't wait for you any longer and had to go. You thank the innkeeper and you pay him 2 gold pieces for the pies before leaving the tavern. Well, that's the 2 gold pieces from the evening before, so we ain't paying him 4. We've already given him his 2. Wondering why Binny, she didn't wait. They never do. So, there are a lot of people up early and walking along the Crown Street towards the centre of town. You ask a passerby where everybody is going to, and he tells you that they are on their way to celebrate the first day of unlocking at the fair, which only comes to Hamlin once every 6 months. You follow the crowd and notice 2 odd-looking fellows coming in the opposite direction, deep in conversation. One is a middle-aged man who is carrying some old leather books under his arm. His baggy shirt is tucked into wool breeches, which are held up by a wide leather belt. He is wearing a wide-brimmed hat on top of his shoulder-length hair, and he has a long beard which hangs down to the floor. The other man, who is younger and much shorter in height, is walking along on wooden stilts with an equally long beard brushing the floor. Do you want to stop to ask him a question, or do you want to carry on walking? I mean, which man are we stopping here? Just says stop to ask a question. To both of them, I guess. You can stop and ask both of them a question, or we can carry on. Don't know what the question would be. Oh, yeah. Oh man, I might have to make this a part 1 and a part 2, guys. I'm telling you now. I don't know how much longer I've got longer. Ask them a question. The men stop and stare at you with furrowed brows. The man on stilts says in a sharp voice, "How rude of you! Don't you know who we are? We are the Wisebeards. We are deep thinkers. We do not have time to stand around and talk to strangers. What do you want?" You can ask them if they know where Marek Omyash lives, or you can ask where the Hamlin Fair is taking place. In the streets, surely. Isn't that what we've been told? So, yeah, if we could ask about Marek Omyash, or we can ask about the Hamlin Fair, basically. What shall we do? Ask about Marek. Marek Yash. Mr. Gash Yash. Yeah. Do you know... Does anybody know where this guy is? If you mean Marek Omyash, the old warrior, you are wasting your time. He is a recluse. He won't speak to you. He doesn't speak to anybody anymore. He hasn't been seen in months. But you never know. He might make a secret visit to the fair. It was always his favourite day of the year. The only person who might know where he lives is Faye Bibble, the florist. I remember her telling me once that Omyash occasionally buys flowers from her to put on his wife's grave. She will probably have a stall at the fair today. She enjoys playing her little question and answer games with people who buy blue orchids from her. Now, we must be on our way. We have too much to think about to stand around here chatting. Goodbye. They walk off deep in conversation as you head the opposite way towards the town centre And to be honest, I think we're going to leave it there for today, guys. Because I'm fucking knackered. I need some sleep, man. This is going to be part 1, part 2, guys. Okay? Is that alright with you guys? Is that okay? I hope it is, because it's what's happening. Yeah. So I hope it is okay. We last, I mean, 1 hour and 37 minutes, man. That's, you know what I mean? Boo. Take it easy. Alright. So, that's the page we're on. That's that done. Leave it exactly like that. And in 2 weeks' time, we're going to come back and finish this off. Can't do it next week. It'll be 2 weeks' time, guys. So I'm gonna say thank you so much for joining and playing along, and I'm deeply sorry. I don't know why that I just woke up and couldn't get back to sleep this morning. So, like I've been awake for a day basically already. You know, and it ain't even, it's not even, the day's not even really started. What time is it? It's like 12:30. You know. So, but it is what it is, and that's what it is. So I'm going to say thank you and goodbye. But don't worry, because we got 3 minutes, you know, to chat. All right? Have a little chat for 3 minutes, yeah? Whilst we sort all this out, you know? What's everybody doing today? Oh, this is all tangled now. How do I never understand how this gets tangled. Headset's tangled. Was up? Oh, the timer. I better stop that, man. Bloody hell. just noticed that. In fact, I want to leave this because I don't think I'll be filming anything. So, yeah, thank you, Yellow. Thank you, mate. I definitely will be. It's, yeah. Oh. Been a hell of a day, guys. It's been a hell of a day. So, call this one part 1, which I'll add on the end. Yeah. You're gonna watch Chelsea pummel Leeds. Who are those 2 girls you know, Yellow? I don't know, mate. Oh, whoa. Books just falling down. This room's turning into like a hamster. So, anyway, I'm going to sleep. I'll see you in 2 weeks, guys. Put it in your calendars, yeah? 2 weeks' time. Good night.